text that warmed my heart most this week is this one, and to see who sent it, stay tuned to the very end of this video. Welcome to Tag, Text, and Taco Tuesday, and of course, Merry Christmas. It is Christmas Eve here in my town, in anywhere that is on the same day as me, because that's only like half the world. Anyway, speaking of the world, I have been having a ton of fun planning my 2025 reading, and I have been finding books right here on my own bookshelves that are set in so many nations around the world, and I'm really excited about it. So I'm going to be tracking my journey around the world through books this coming year, and that's just something I'm doing for myself. I'm not following a certain person tag for that or anything. I am just going on a solo journey, so you're welcome to join me here and there if you have books in the countries I mentioned, or sort of meet up with me now and then on my little vacay around the world. In reality, I do get to go this summer to a new place, and I am going to be reading a few books set in my destination this coming summer, which will also be exciting. So moving on, I'll talk more about 2025 stuff in videos coming up. But we are enjoying some Christmas celebrations and preparations for tomorrow. Here on my home front, on a personal note, we woke up in the middle of the night or about 2 a.m. with no heat. And we do live in a colder climate. We'll be working on that today and hosting Christmas tomorrow, and we'll just be betting on space heaters and body heat to keep us warm if needed. There's supposed to be a tag coming up. Let's get there. I have got on my warmest, most comfy flannel shirt because today is the Cozy Christmas tag. Thank you to Miriam Elizabeth who made that tag recently. I know she isn't the very first one, but thanks so much for throwing that up on your channel so that I could find it and get inspired to do this one today. The questions are listed below, but here are my answers. Number 1, for coziness at Christmas, we think of twinkling lights. That reminds us of the question, what is the most beautiful book I own? So yesterday, story time, I was digging through a bunch of my books, and I was looking for ones to meet specific prompts for 2025. I came across this book first. Was just struck by the beauty of all the foliage and everything. And foliage was actually a prompt I was looking for something, but I did find a different book for that. The reason I did is that this is sort of a blurred version of foliage, and I wanted something really crisp and clear, so I went with a different book. This kept striking me on how beautiful it is, and just kind of stayed in my mind as I went through other areas of my books, because I have a lot. Next thing I knew, I was wondering, do I have 2 copies of this book, because I found this. And so just to compare them, they're by the same author, and they are part of the same series. That is the English Garden series. So that is why they have a similar look, and they have a different finish because this hardback one is a little more glossy than the soft finish of this paperback. These both struck me as just being so beautiful. A little bit about me. I'm not the gardener. If you need a green thumb, do not call me. If you want the garden to die, I'll come help. But these books are literally a picture of where I would love to go spend a year of my life if I could go to England and just enjoy the beauty there. So my most beautiful books, these are the 2 I chose. I do find many books beautiful for many reasons, but these just kept staying in my mind literally yesterday before I even looked at these prompts. And thank you to that author, Lori Wick, for having such beautiful covers. Prompt 2, our cozy item is the perfect tree. If that is the question, will you pay more to get the prettiest edition of a book? So my answer would be yes, because it has occurred to me as I read through books that I have gotten for very cheap or free, that if I love them, I may want to start a list of books that I'm looking for a nicer copy of. However, I'm really thrifty, kind of to a fault at times, and if I walk into a bookstore and a nicer copy is really expensive, I often find myself unwilling to buy it because there's always the chance that I will damage it somehow myself. I am more drawn to a old vintage copy of a book that has the wear and tear that shows the beauty of usage than I am a crisp, clean, newly printed copy of a book, and that's just where I find the beauty in something. Number 3, our cozy item, is to build a snowman. Note to self, building snowmen are okay. I'm not exactly talented in that area, and I don't exactly love being cold. So anyway, make a Christmas book stack. Building a snowman this year I have not done. Making a Christmas book stack I have indeed already done, just for fun. I chose to use the color scheme of red and white for mine, and well, I'll just show you a video of that right now. That red and white theme will come up again in our next question, which is, what makes you feel warm and cozy? So the 2 books I chose for this, what books make me feel warm and cozy: The Bridge by Karen Kingsbury, and literally a warm, softly lit bookstore. I imagine it being a used bookstore where you can find those well-worn books. Friend or family member along to chat about the books as I find them. I imagine a candle lit there by the cash register and nice, soft, instrumental Christmassy music. I mean, this picture just really gives me all the Christmas vibes. However, I did choose a second book, and here's where the red and white comes in, because this book also is exactly what I think of at Christmas. Crisp white, the hints of green around from some evergreens, and a pet that can bring you warmth and the snuggles and the sweetness that the Christmas time also represents. So I love this, and if you have seen a recent video where I talk about what I was reading, you know why this book is even extra special. Number 5, our cozy item, is knee-high socks. And the question to go with that is, what is the longest book I've read? And I don't have an answer for that. That's come up before, and I hope that by the end of 2025 I will have a short list of long books that I can talk about anytime a conversation about long books comes up. But for now, I just don't. Number 6, ugly sweaters. What is the ugliest book? Okay, as I said yesterday, I was digging through my books looking for some books that would meet prompts. And not only did I come across lots of beautiful books, but I came across a few that were ugly. The first one I thought of, I couldn't find. In the process, I was reminded of this one, and it's literally been laying face down in front of me because it's just not my thing. It's just, oh, yeah, there it is. I'm going to take it off the screen now. So as I read the back of that book and even the first couple of pages, and then I flipped through it and just read random paragraphs here and there, I may DNF that book, or not even start it. Let's be honest, I'm probably just going to go ahead and donate it. I paid 50 cents somewhere for that book, called Ocean of Blood by Darren Shan, and I know it appeals to someone in certain audiences. Vampires are not my go-to in general, not even sweet, cuddly vampire. Just, I don't know, it's just not my thing. I'm just not sure that this book is going to be something I'm going to want to dedicate time to. So not only is it not something I like the cover of, but I think it's going to go ahead and find a new home. So that's where we are with that one. Next up, number 7 is blizzards. That's our cozy item. Now, I mean, if you were stuck in a cabin with all the people that you would want to be stuck in a cabin with for a while, maybe with lots of books, board games, and guaranteed electricity, heat, food, a way to cook, all the other things guaranteed, I might call that blizzard cozy. But nevertheless, it says to choose a book that is winter themed or gives you chills. So for a negative kind of chill, I would choose that book. I'm going to put it down quickly. For the positive kind of like warm vibe, cozy chill sort of thing, is that a thing? I don't even know. I would harken back to one of my favorite books that I will be rereading, and that is Caddy Woodlawn. Number 8 is Home for the Holidays. Think of a book that you can reread and it's like going home. So since I'm not much of a rereader, I am literally just entering my rereading phase of life. I have chosen a whole section of books. It's actually a book award because every time I read these books, I feel a bit like I've gone home, like I'm in my cozy place. Even new books that have won this award. So what is the award? That award is the Newbery Award, and it is awarded to children's or middle grade books. So these are books that I specifically remember reading in the 6th grade. I'm so thankful to the teacher there and perhaps the librarian at the school I was attending for pointing me in that direction. I'm currently rereading the Newberries that I read back then, as well as adding a lot of new ones. And again, every time I read a new, to me, Newbery Award book, or even honor books, kind of like, you know, honorable mention or second place, it just hits right. It covers so many topics, and not just fiction. They do touch on historical fiction or even nonfiction. So far, I've had an amazing experience revisiting the Newbery Award books. I will give an honest opinion on the ones that I continue to read through the coming years. So that is our cozy Christmas tag. My suggestion is you have a couple more days that are post-Christmas. Use this cozy Christmas tag to share with us a little bit about what was special about your Christmas this year as you answer the question. And of course, hope you have a wonderful time with family, friends, loved ones, pets. Whether they're near or far, you can enjoy the people who are important to you in your life. Here's an example of one who I'm so glad to have back with me. And she's one of Taco's favorite people in the world. Merry Christmas, everyone!